It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Welcome to 2K Sports, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson, sitting alongside the Big Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal, and the prop plane, Kenny Smith. Tonight, we'll be watching the Utah Jazz playing against the Thunder out in Oklahoma City. For Oklahoma City, they come into tonight's game after a loss to Chicago. They'd like to play well to start this season series. They haven't forgotten how this team knocked them out in the first round last season. So we're right around halfway through the season. Shaq, a lot of trade discussions happening. What are your keys to making a great deal?
Well, it depends on your goal. You want to win now? You want to win later? A combination of both? Does your analysis ever make changes out of emotion?
Well, acquiring players that fit your system. You have to have a system first. That's the key. And if your trade looks too good to be true, it probably is.
I meant to say, do your analysis, never make changes out of emotion.
Okay.
See, I was emotional when I was talking about it.
Well, I heard you.
I
I understood it. I understood
All right.
it.
You did?
Not really, but.
Me either. And now with the tip-off, coming up shortly, it's time to send it to Kevin Harlan for the call.
The Jazz are away from home as they take on their Western Conference rival in today's game. Well, what better way to spend a Monday night than with the 2K Sports team and the NBA? Welcome, everyone. Kevin Harlan here with Greg Anthony and a pair of Hall of Famers with us, Doris Burke and David Aldridge. And guys, we won't be seeing Steven Adams, who's injured.
Yeah, Kevin, no more uncertainty about the seriousness of the injury. Well, we only got a preliminary diagnosis after he came out of that previous game, but now they sound sure about it, and hopefully we see him back on the court in less than a month.
Well, everyone who watched his last game cringed when he went down. Glad to hear that the injury is not season-ending.
And we've got time for a quick pregame report. With that being said, let's head to the sideline and our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. DA?
Well, guys, we know Russell Westbrook is a fearsome competitor, but he says you never know how long you'll be able to run like this or jump like this, so I go for it every time. I may look angry, but it's the only way I know. Yes, you look angry. Kevin?
Yeah, he's special, DA, absolutely. Thanks. Well, we're right around the halfway point of the season, Doris. This is often when we see the better teams really begin to shift gears and surge ahead.
Yeah, we certainly have a better feel for who the contenders might be. We still have a long way to go, obviously, and teams will have some lulls and then some high points, and you've got to be able to weather all of those things. But the reality is we have a greater understanding of who has the necessary offensive and defensive components to compete at a championship level.
And so off the tip, it's Oklahoma City. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's check out who's on the floor, courtesy of Gatorade. So on the floor for Utah, Exum and Mitchell, the guard tandem. Favors and Gobert, the tough pair inside. And it's Cephalosha in at the three, the small forward. Just three to shoot. Patterson finds George. Off target from three-point range. There's the pass to Gobert. Noel against Cephalosha. On the wing, Mitchell. Shoots. The rebound by Patterson. To the inside, George. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. George has got the opening bucket of the night here for Oklahoma City. A little over a minute gone here in the first quarter. The drive by Mitchell. Back to Exum. Outside Favors. And here's Cephalosha for three. Gobert against Noel. And Favors has it in the corner. Here's Mitchell. And they'll turn it over. Could not get off a shot. 24-second violation. And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes played. And Patterson kicks to Robertson. Outside Westbrook. Rebound, Utah. And going against Oklahoma City, their first meeting of the year.
And facing a squad that poses some challenges. I mean, they beat them in the playoffs, but lost the regular season series.
Now, here's Exum. He had 16 points in the win against the Spurs in San Antonio. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Three-pointer on the way. And it's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over.
And a moment now to see some numbers for Paul George. 4th in steals, and he sits in the top 15 in points per game. An absolute powerhouse offensively.
And back to what you said, top 5 in steals this year. Quick hands and great anticipation. Robertson kicks to Westbrook. There's the triple. The shot, no good. And it's Utah the other way. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. Exum deciding where to go with it. Mitchell wide open. Hands it from downtown. Mitchell's got his first 3 points of the game.
They needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
Passes it to Patterson. And the foul called on Donovan Mitchell. That's his first foul. Here's Westbrook.
Well, they're simply having trouble getting their legs underneath them, right? They're just 1 for 5 to start things off.
Mitchell outside. And Utah another 3.
Well, the defense so concerned about the dribble drive ability of Donovan Mitchell, but boy, you better contest as well.
Robertson dishes to Westbrook. He feeds it to Noel. Up high to stuff the alley-oop.
Okay, I've loved the connection Noel has built with his teammates. Smart at knowing when to time that alley-oop.
And a tremendous Unleash Chaos replay coming to you courtesy of Under Armour Hover Havoc. Now here is Cephalosha. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Exum passes to Favors. Clock at 6. Now here's Exum. He's covered by Westbrook. Exum's shot is off. Oklahoma City trailing. The sturdy Patrick Patterson, the 14th pick out of Kentucky back in 2010.
What you love about Patrick Patterson is he's turned himself into a three-point specialist over the course of his career. You know on a night-by-night basis what you're going to get on the defensive end, and that is a multi-positional defender who's going to give you great effort every single time out. There's something to be said about Patrick's ability to adjust and evolve his game as the NBA has evolved.
Down low, Exum plays it up and banks it in. Exum's got his first points in this one.
Well, you love how Dante Exum gets inside. He's got terrific touch close.
Patterson with it. 14 points from him the last game against the Bulls in Chicago. Oklahoma City moving it around. Fires from deep. Buries it from three-point range.
Exceptional vision by Paul George. This guy is tearing up the defense.
For Oklahoma City, their last game was a loss to the Bulls in Chicago.
And, you know, this can happen on the road. You're out defending guys who have just gotten into a comfort zone playing at home.
No passion on the defensive end. Didn't look completely engaged. Really need to lock in and be focused on these road games.
And so here is Oklahoma City. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Here's Robertson. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. For 3. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. Utah's gone 2 of 4 from beyond the arc to start the game. Here's Favors, and then Favors with the dunk.
Well, to me, this is what great point guards do. Donovan Mitchell demonstrating just how skilled he is at connecting with open teammates.
Now here's Westbrook. He's coming off a 10-point game against the Bulls in Chicago.
And what a wrecking ball defensively, seen by the 4 steals he had in that game.
And Utah making a change here. Ingles is checked in. And George kicks to Patterson. Back to George. Just 5 to shoot. 2 points. That one goes. George has got his second bucket of the night.
And another lead change. The fans are really getting their money's worth here tonight.
Well, this is what they pay to see, right? Competitive, close games are simply the best to be involved in.
We've seen the lead change hands quite a bit in this one.
And guys, I think each team knows they can win this game. Just a matter who can catch that momentum.
Now, here's Patterson. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. For the Thunder, Grant, he's checked in for Patterson. Felton comes in for Andre Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Utah also making some changes. Jay Crowder's checked in for Favors. And it's Burks in for Thabo Sefolosha. Here's Grant. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Schroeder, right side, shoots over Exum. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. And it's Exum with the ball, who will bring it up for Utah. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
I think, Greg, everyone played their role so well, and I loved how aggressive the guys off the bench were in that one.
The Jazz shooting their first free throws of the game.
And they've had really good numbers all season from the free throw line.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
He's off on the first. You know, Doris, many thought Jay Crowder might end up to be the steal of the Irving Thomas trade, but he had a rough start in Cleveland, as you saw.
Well, sometimes, Kevin, the fit isn't just right, but it's amazing he goes to Utah, and all of the toughness and the defensive abilities are exactly what the Jazz are looking for. So sometimes it's just about fit.
He's off on the second. A lot of responsibility, Doris, in being the focal point of an offense. What characteristics have you seen are shared among NBA players who carry the load offensively for their teams every game?
Right. This is a great separation point to me in the NBA because there are a lot of outstanding players at the level on any given night in the NBA. But, Kevin, there is a select few players who are willing to share the lion's share of the responsibility. Men like Kevin Durant, LeBron James, Russell Westbrook. Like, you have to be prepared 82 times per year to step between the lines, shoulder the load, and sometimes when you underperform, to bear the criticism that comes with that responsibility. And Kevin, you know this. That's a select few player who's willing to absorb that.
Good thoughts.
And just showing you his determination despite the size difference.
I mean, how does he get that shot off? I mean, he had to angle that perfectly to get past the defender.
That's good from Schroeder. And Greg, certainly the knock on Dennis Schroeder is play on the defensive end.
Nobody questions how effective he is on offense. I just think he has a tendency to take a few too many plays off and too many chances on defense. If he wants to be viewed as a top point guard in this league, he'll need to show some consistency on the defensive end.
Well, terrific job establishing eye contact with his teammate, and Alec Burks leaves no doubt.
Here's Abrinas. Ingles covering. Abrinas the pass to Felton. From past the arc. Utah with the rebound.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Now, here's Ingles. He's got 5. A solo fast break. Here's Noel, and that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up. Udo picks one up.
Boy, there's an energy about Nerlens Noel, and if he's being this assertive, the defense has got to be uneasy. Boy, certain guys, it's just a rough season, right? For Nerlens Noel last year, that was the case. Couldn't get any consistent playing time, and after looking to be finally on the rise, he takes a step back in his development. It's got to be tough.
That's good from Noel. And with Noel, it's hard as he turned down a big money long-term deal.
It's always a chance you take, right, if you bet on yourself. And the skill set there for Nerlens Noel, this guy is definitely a great defender. He's just seeking the right opportunity.
All 3 throws good from Noel.
And you know, guys, listen, Noel brings value. The reason he's a menace on the defensive end and an absolute warrior on the glass.
Now here's Udo. Still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Crowder kicks to Udo. Nice ball movement by Utah. Over to the wing. Now here's Exum. Defense is right there. Shoots over Schroeder. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Exum's got his second basket of the night.
Well, Dante Exum squares up and rises and fire off the screen. Really good timing.
Penalty situation. Thunder trailing by 3. Felton finds Noel. Here's Abrinas. Back to Schroeder. With nobody on him, he buries the jumper. Schroeder's got 5 points so far. Utah has gone 3 of 5 from three-point land so far in the ballgame. And here is Ingles. 5 points in the game. Takes the 3. It's not going to go for him. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way.
And they've come out with a take-no-prisoners approach on the glass here tonight, guys.
Out left to the wing. Burks against Felton. Takes it out to Schroeder. It's tipped, and he gets it back. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see which teams made the most of their opportunities on the offensive glass this month. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
They have gone all out to win the rebounding battle every night, and it's been paying off. I mean, the second chance points thus far have been really impressive.
Pass to Burks. A floater. He gets it in there.
Yeah, that's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle.
Schroeder kicks to Felton. Back to Schroeder. Well-placed alley-oop pass into the layup.
Amazing recognition by Felton. Sees the wide-open man, sends it on time and on target.
And so it's Exum with it. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Crowder, the pass to Burks. Exum with it. He's covered by Grant. Crowder, the bounce pass. Burks against Felton. Teardrop shot, and Burks puts it in. Burks has got 6.
The defense not putting up any fight on the inside. They've allowed 10 straight points in the paint.
Grant gets a wide open look, and he hits it to tie the game up.
Well, Grant is going to have to expand his range. And how about the confidence on that jumper?
Ingles kicks to Udo. Pass to Exum. Back to Udo. Ingles finds Crowder. The putback. It's good on the putback.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
The pass to Noel. And there's the foul on Jay Crowder. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
And not the guy you want to send to to the line. He has been automatic.
For Oklahoma City, they have yet to miss from the free throw line. They're 3 for 3.
And really, they haven't been able to differentiate themselves from the free throw line on the season at about 76%.
He misses the free throw. The Oklahoma City Thunder with one of the more rabid fan bases, Doris, in the NBA.
Well, 7 straight seasons of sellouts. There's something about the love affair you find in these small market one-sport towns. This is an organization that has the complete and full support of their community.
And Utah making a change here. O'Neal's checked in. 30 seconds left to play in the first quarter. The feed now to Crowder. Now, here is O'Neal. Defense right on him. Whistle blows. Yep, that's going to be a travel. Schroeder surveying the floor. Shoots over Exum. And it's Schroeder missing. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Jazz lead by 1. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Rudy Gobert talks about his expectations for the team.
Every year I want to keep getting better, and people didn't really believe in our team a few years ago. They were kind of laughing at us. When I say I want to win a championship, people are laughing, but I believe that we're going to win a championship.
Well, and as a competitor, this is what you should be thinking, and Greg, you should be talking about winning a title.
For sure. I mean, it'll take a lot of work, but Gobert sounds like he's up for the challenge of proving the doubters wrong.
And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on Utah so far?
I mean, so far that they're not settling for outside shots, really attacking the paint.
I think that's what you've got to do, right? If the looks on the interior are there, you have got to attack.
On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. We've got Udo. Alec Burks is out there with Donovan Mitchell. Then it's O'Neal. And it's Crowder in at the 4.
And even with the height disadvantage, he finds a way to convert.
Boy, you got to appreciate how confident he was in that instance. He doesn't allow the taller defender to stop him. He's saying, I'll take you on right now.
So here's Burks after the made shot from Dennis Schroeder. Shot clock at 5. Unloads. Burks' shot is good. Burks has got 8 points.
Boy, that is about as low a percentage shot as I've ever seen. I guess this guy likes a challenge.
Felton kicks to Abrinas. To the middle. Here's Noel. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. He has 7.
Well, the D can't stick with him, Kevin. This is Nerlens Noel, a huge force on those close shots to the basket.
Now, here is O'Neal. Defense is right there. Udo inside. Noel on him. Crowder kicks to Burks. Knocks it loose. Udo, the pass to Burks. Good on the three-point shot.
Timeout.
Burks has got 5 points now this quarter.
Burks takes no time getting that shot up, ready on the catch.
And first time out of the game called for Oklahoma City.
What is really compelling to me is the way the Utah Jazz team plays defense. Yes, it starts with the Stifle Tower, Rudy Gobert, but there is commitment and there is great structure in what they want to do on the defensive end, and I'll tell you, it is absolutely suffocating at times.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Patterson, he's checked in for Noel. Paul George comes in for Alex Abrinas. Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Raymond Felton. And Russell Westbrook subbed in for Dennis Schroeder. Here's Gobert. And that one, good. And now a 6-point Jazz lead. And for the Jazz, defense is the identity this team builds around.
You look at nearly every defensive metric from a season ago, the Jazz were near the top in most. They are great at forcing turnovers, great at closing out possessions with excellent defensive rebounding, and they do a great job of bothering shots and rotating in necessary positions. I love this team on that end of the floor.
Now, here's Mitchell, following the miss by Russell Westbrook. Mitchell kicks to Favors. Shoots over Grant, and the shot no good, a bit short. Thunder trailing by 6. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Here's Westbrook. Drains it from 17 feet out. Westbrook's got his second basket.
And I love the tenacity, guys. He simply can will his way into games at times and exert his presence.
Now, here's Burks. He's got 11. Mitchell outside. New 24 for Utah. Burks against Westbrook. 5 to shoot. Second chance shot. And it's Mitchell missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Westbrook. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
What I love about Russell Westbrook is his single-minded pursuit of a championship. But boy, you better bring your game if you're a member of the media. He wants good questions in an orderly fashion.
The first free throw is good. And Russell Westbrook with plenty of accolades to his name, but all interview team? Dora is unlikely to be mentioned there.
Kev, I wouldn't call him loquacious in the postgame. He lets his play do the talking, certainly. And Kevin, that speaks volumes in and of itself.
So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe.
Well, Russell Westbrook is a guy you want to play with because he's going to lay it on the line every night. And you couple that kind of passion with his talent and look out. Boy, this guy's a rock. You know, this is a player that you can count on to produce under any circumstance.
Here's George, following the basket by Donovan Mitchell. And Patterson kicks to George. Shoots. Connects. The jumper drops. George has got 6.
Well, that's a high percentage look for Paul George. Easily cashing in thanks to that effortless shooting motion.
Burks dishes to Mitchell. It's good for his 4th bucket of the night. He's shooting 4 of 8.
They are just killing him on the interior.
George finds Patterson. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. George, no good.
Yeah, bad shot there. Trust is lacking. You got to be willing to make the extra pass.
I'm not sure why he doesn't continue to move the basketball. Would have served that team much better.
Now here's Westbrook. He has 5. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's going to go on Alec Burks.
Boy, how hard does Russell Westbrook attack the defense in the paint? He is fantastic at forcing the issue.
For Oklahoma City, they have had 7 opportunities at the free throw line and made good on 5 of them. First free throw is good. Russell Westbrook's mantra is, why not? Way of daring himself to greater heights.
I think, Kevin, in time, it became a way to build confidence to take on the world. That why not? Who says you can't? He lives by that maxim, and I love it, Kevin.
Thabo Sefolosha has checked in for O'Neal. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time.
Boy, showing a lot more aggressiveness now after making 0 trips to the line in the first quarter.
Westbrook against Burks. He kicks to Gobert. There's the dish to Mitchell. Passes it to Burks. Sefolosha against Patterson. Sefolosha misses. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. It's a 3-point game. It's stolen by Gobert. George against Sefolosha. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by George. Lets a floater go. And that comes off the assist by Russell Westbrook. 8 points for George.
Well, Paul George is not just a gifted perimeter shooter. That touch on the interior is impressive.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
I don't think any of us can forget that broken leg Paul George suffered playing for the United States national team in 2014. But what a joy, guys, to see him back and playing at an elite level.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for Burks. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. Look at Oklahoma City. So far, they've got the 4th best record in the conference. And, of course, Utah. And they're down 4 spots from them.
And when I look at Oklahoma City, they've stayed right there, just in sniffing distance of the conference leaders. That's a solid accomplishment at this stage of the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
On the wing, Mitchell. 23 points for him the last game against San Antonio. Here's Favors. Throws it down as the official calls the foul. It may be a 3-point play. They get Russell Westbrook.
I'll tell you, solid concentration from the big man. Derek Favors fights through the contact thanks to all of that strength in his upper body.
And Doris, you go back to the injury for Paul George. Some moments where you question whether he'd be the same player. Do you think, in your opinion, that factored into his decision to leave Indiana in search of a more competitive situation?
You know what, Kevin? I'm not sure if the injury played a part, but we know unequivocally because Paul George stated it. He wants his legacy to be about winning. And because those peak years for a star player can be fleeting, you have to appreciate the pursuit of just that.
Doris, when you talk about coaching, aside from wins and losses, how can you gauge if a coach is doing a good job?
Well, you make a great point, Kevin, because if an organization is in a rebuild situation, then winning is almost impossible because you're outgunned and outmanned every single night. So to evaluate those coaches, here are the things I would look at. One, are you maximizing the talent at your disposal? Are your player development skills at such a degree that you're seeing incremental improvement from the guys on your roster? And then ultimately, Kevin, are guys playing hard? Are they competitive every night? Even if the wins don't necessarily show in the box score and at the end of the regular season, the reality is, are you playing hard? Are you competitive?
And the first one drops.
When you think about Thunder coach Billy Donovan taking over in 2015, he came in as a 2-time NCAA champion at Florida and one of only 4 individuals to play and coach in a Final Four. Incredible stuff.
That one is no good. And Coach Donovan, when he came in, wanted to encourage more ball movement and spacing.
I'm not sure it's played exactly as he had hoped. It's not always possible to shoehorn a new style of play. You've got to adapt to your personnel.
And the Thunder with the possession here. Rudy Gobert missing his last shot. Outside Westbrook. 6 on the shot clock. It's good. This game is all even. Westbrook's got 8 points here in this quarter.
I'll tell you, what a start in the first quarter, and now he's taking it to a new level here in the second.
Exum kicks to Favors. Gobert against Patterson. Gobert, the pass to Exum. On the wing, Ingles. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Now that we have a second, take a look at the teams that have scored the most points off turnovers over the last 10 games. 5th on the list, the Thunder.
Just a terrific job over this stretch of forcing turnovers and capitalizing. They'd love to continue that trend.
Robertson finds Westbrook. Oklahoma City the rebound. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Here's George. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. George has got the lead up to 2 now for Oklahoma City. For Utah, they've gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter, just under 50% shooting. He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Kevin, the league has unveiled a 5-point plan to improve player-referee relations. Things became heated last season with a lot of star players ejected for arguing with officials. The emphasis on respect and clear standards of conduct on both sides can only help. Kevin?
Very good point, David. Completely agree. Thanks.
Two shots.
That's good from Exum.
I think Dante Exum has got to concentrate and becoming a better shooter. He's got a ton of raw talent, and the upside is tremendous, Kevin.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Nerlens Noel checks in for Grant. Alex Abrinas comes in for Robertson. And Dennis Schroeder subbed in for Russell Westbrook. Exum hits them both.
Well, I think one of the things that strikes you about Quinn Snyder is whatever is at his disposal in terms of players, he makes great use of it. He loses Gordon Hayward, dealt with a ton of injuries, and yet the Jazz are always competitive.
The 3 from George. And it's in. Basket number 6 for him thus far. He has only missed 2 shots from the floor.
Well, we know that Paul George understands there's a certain point in the game when he's got to take over, and he's doing it now.
Exum dishes to Crowder. Feeds to Gobert. And that one's good. His second basket of 4, shooting 50%. And a large part of why the Jazz stay competitive is Snyder's creativity.
Right, he calls his system advantage basketball. They're trying to make the most of screens and cuts to give a player an advantage on the catch. I'll tell you, that turns good players into very good players.
From outside the arc, Abrinas' shot is off.
More good work on the glass there. When it's all said and done, I think rebounding might tell the story in this game.
Exum kicks to Gobert. Pass to Exum. Now Cephalosha. Dishes to Gobert. Back to Cephalosha. Over George. Trying to get open is Crowder. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Lets it fly. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And without looking at the scoreboard, you think they were the team trailing and trying to fight their way back.
Exum kicks to Gobert. Pass to Ingles. Back to Crowder. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. George passes to Schroeder, and it's in there. And now a 5-point Thunder lead.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Now here's Crowder. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. That's good from Schroeder on the assist by George. George has got his third assist on the night. Jazz trail by 7. Exum kicks to Cephalosha. Left side, Crowder. Whistle blows. Bucket is good, and he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
And Kevin, they started the game shooting it so well. I'm surprised they haven't continued. They've got to get back to their strength.
The Jazz have come up with 3 misses and 5 attempts so far at the line. Raymond Felton, he's checked in for George. And a switcher also for Utah. Udo's checked in for Thabo Cephalosha. Free throw good, Crowder.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Schroeder kicks to Abrinas. Over to the left wing. Ingles against Felton. From 12 feet out. And it doesn't even draw iron. Jazz trail by 4. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Crowder the bounce pass. Taken away by Felton. The pass to Schroeder. The 11-footer. Good work defensively by Crowder. Ingles against Felton. And the rejection by Noel.
This is a staple of his game. Nerlens Noel sends it back.
Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Oklahoma City Thunder. He finishes with 9 points in the quarter. The D is having all sorts of problems with him. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thank you, Kevin. Here with Coach Quinn Snyder. Quinn, what concerns you most about the first half?
Well, I think the tempo is in their favor right now. They're fast, and they're getting up and down the floor. So they're running out in transition.
Got to beat them to the punch. Thanks very much, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, folks. Welcome back. This is Ernie Johnson, Kenny the Jet Smith, Shaquille O'Neal at 2K Sports. Let's talk first half. Paul George taking care of business in this one. He had 13 points, 3 assists, and also 3 steals. Coming off an outstanding game last time out, it doesn't look like he's lost any of that momentum here tonight. Kenny, let's get your take on Oklahoma City.
Well, they're doing a great job of pushing the action and getting to the foul line. They aren't just pulling up for uncontested shots. They're making the defense react to them. In transition, on the dribble, and with those quick cuts, they're in attack mode. That's dangerous. To beat them, you need to force them to play more defensively.
And Shaq, how do you think the Jazz were playing?
What impressed me the most was the effort they put into the offensive glass. The second chance points really added up for them. Fighting through box outs, battling for position, they owned the offensive boards.
And that'll about do it as we get ready for the second half. Let's take you down to Kevin Harlan.
Shout out to my man Joel.
Joel, what up?
Welcome back to Oklahoma City, everyone. You can see Chesapeake Energy Arena there in the background as the cars stream down I-40. And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You look at Paul George in this game, guys, he's been everywhere.
I mean, he was prolific in that first half. You know it's coming, but it's just so tough to stop.
And this is what he does, right, Greg? He's out there to score the basketball, and throughout that first half, he dominated.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of the game that's been so far. Westbrook and Robertson, the backcourt. At small forward and power forward, it's George and Patterson. And it's Noel in at the center position. That's the lineup out there for the Thunder. Now, here's Exum. 4 on the clock. That one goes. Count it. Exum's got the opening bucket to start the second half for Utah.
Dante Exum, outstanding, absorbing the contact, just bullies his way with the defense.
Here's Patterson. Drills it from outside. Patterson's got his second bucket of the night.
And I don't care how far from the bucket he is. You've got to have a man on him. He's just too good from deep.
Now here is Cephalosha. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Three-pointer. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Doris, you've covered the NBA and the Jazz for so long. Just how much does this team mean to its community?
Well, this is one of the great environments in the entire NBA. Jazz fans are diehard. They're loud and they're proud. And I'll tell you, as the only pro team in the state, it's no wonder.
Robertson finds Patterson. Three-pointer. He's off on that one. Now the Jazz take it the other way. Mitchell right side. Pass to Exum. Gobert with it. Mitchell outside. Back to Gobert. The Jazz need to get off a shot here. Another miss by Utah.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
Almost like he was anticipating the play call, right? You love the hustle.
And no good that time. Paul George with the steal. From about 19 feet, and it goes down 2 points. Westbrook's got the lead up to 7 now for the Thunder.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Exum kicks to Mitchell. Pass to Cephalosha. Another miss by Utah.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Here's George. Rebounded by Donovan Mitchell. Mitchell's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Pass to Exum. Back to Mitchell. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Now Exum, he's got 8, and Gobert kicks to Mitchell. 5 on the clock. They could use a bucket.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
From deep, George. Rebound, Utah. Favors has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Mitchell outside. Kicks it to Gobert. He dishes it to Exum. Favors. And there's Favors putting it right back in. Favors has got 6.
Well, you like how Favors stays after it in that instance. When he's close to the bucket, boy, he's great at hustling for these second chance points.
Now here's Patterson. And that one, good. He's got 8. So it's Utah now. They trail by 7. They'll be playing host to Miami for their next game. That game will be a quick pit stop before hitting the road again. Exum passes to Gobert. Mitchell left side. Can't hit from 12.
I'll tell you, his inconsistency not helping their cause at all.
The 3 from George. And out of bounds as Utah gains possession. Now let's check out and highlight the best defenses in the NBA. The Jazz, number 1. The Thunder in 4th.
And we're getting to watch 2 of the NBA's great defensive teams. I mean, very difficult to score as they both contest every shot.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Mitchell outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2.
To me, guys, Donovan Mitchell gives evidence and credence to the notion that drafting players is more art than science. Think about it. This guy taken 13th. Not much was expected. But all of last year, he was neck and neck in the heat of the Rookie of the Year talk.
First one falls for him. And with Mitchell being slept on, motivated him into Doris a great rookie season.
Well, Jimmy Butler said Mitchell plays with a chip on his shoulder, and I'll tell you, he does seem to have that me against the world approach. And whatever his motivation, Kevin, it's working.
And Oklahoma City making a change here. Grant's checked in. And Mitchell drops them both.
I think it's best to avoid putting this guy at the line if possible, but that's obviously easier said than done.
Oklahoma City leading by 5. Grant surveying the D. Outside Westbrook. Clock at 6. He kicks it to Patterson. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound, Utah.
Not really his best quarter as far as scoring. Let's see if he can eventually get back on track. Watch out. Now that he's got his first 3 of the half, there might be more in store.
Outside, George. Back to Westbrook. Fires the 3. The shot's good on the assist by George. George has got his 5th assist in this one. Jazz trail by 5. Mitchell kicks to O'Neal. Outside Favors. Patterson against Gobert. Misses off the right iron. The Thunder shooting just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Here's Westbrook. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Doris, I'm looking at Jeremy Grant, a second-round pick back in 2014 out of Syracuse. The Grant family has produced a number of NBA players. What do you think caused him to slip to the second round?
Well, Jeremy Grant was definitely a young man drafted on potential. Here we have a great athlete whose game is still sort of rounding its way out. He has gotten on the floor in the NBA because of his defense, his ability to run in transition, and I think on the offensive end, there are a number of areas he can improve on. He can become a knockdown mid-range shooter. He can get 8 to 10 points in transition or offensive rebounds. There's a lot to like here, Kevin.
The Thunder probably the best team in the league at creating extra opportunities.
And they do it in 2 ways, Kevin. They are a team that emphasizes offensive rebounds and forcing turnovers. So they make you feel them, and they make things happen with their activity.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Alex Abrinas has checked in for Paul George. And it's Felton in for Robertson. Jazz trail by 7. Mitchell kicks to Crowder. Now the pass to O'Neal. There's the dish to Burks. Tries a 3. But they recover it. O'Neal against Patterson. Nice ball movement by Utah. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Burks can't get it to go. Oklahoma City leading by 7. For 3, Westbrook hits it from three-point range. Westbrook's got 10 points in just the second half.
Boy, Westbrook has really improved that perimeter game. He has honed it, and it is sharp.
Utah calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Utah. The kick out to Crowder. And just miss after miss right now.
They're not going to get away with many mistakes like that on the defensive end. You got to get out on him right there.
And out of bounds as Utah gains possession.
And checking out some numbers for Crowder. How his last 10 games have gone. He's around 6 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. And those numbers, solid, not spectacular, and sometimes what you see is what you get.
There's no doubt. This is a guy who understands his role, knows he's got to give you quality minutes, and that's what they expect from him.
Now, here's Burks. He's got 11. Knocked loose. To the inside, Crowder with the steal. Burks with it. Here's Ingles. Passes it to O'Neal. Burks on the wing. He's covered by Felton. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Udoh. The kick out to Crowder. O'Neal dishes to Udoh. Burks looking around. Off target from outside. And so it's Felton who will bring it up for the Oklahoma City Thunder. 10-point lead. This is their biggest. Abrinas with the bucket.
We know that Russell Westbrook will have the ball in his hands and initiate their offense. And how about that superior passing?
Utah calls timeout.
You know, Raymond Felton comes out of North Carolina. He's the 5th overall pick back in 2005. It's incredible to me that this is his 14th season. The first 9 he started. I don't know that people realize that.
Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Oklahoma City. Grant against O'Neal. Udoh, the pass to Crowder. Back to Udoh. Burks kicks to Ingles. 5 to shoot. Dishes to Udoh. Shot to stop the run. The rebound by Grant. Doris, talk about what's kept Felton around this long.
You know what, Kevin? For every organization that Raymond Felton has ever played on, the head coach loves him. And why is that? Well, one, he understands how to run a team from the point guard position. He's a low-mistake player that takes great care of the basketball. He's willing to mentor younger players. I would sort of liken him to that game manager quarterback, somebody who you know what you're going to get on a night-by-night basis. And there is huge value to NBA head coaches when you get that.
And the Thunder making a switch here. Noel's checked in. And Utah also making a switch. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Alec Burks. Pass to Udoh. Floats one up. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 11 rebounds in the game. To the paint, Noel. And slam dunk by Noel.
And that's an example of his athleticism, right? Nerlens Noel, the ability to leap up and ram it home.
Utah calls timeout.
Boy, what a surprise the Utah Jazz were in the West last season. When you think about some of the injuries and key personnel losses, to me, they overachieved. Yes, they were ousted by the Rockets in the conference semifinals, but the reality is that was a big-time achievement just getting there.
And now we get a chance to check out Donovan Mitchell. He's been in good form here the last few weeks. 14th in scoring, and he's among the top 20 free throw shooters in the league. Doesn't waste many opportunities at the line.
And yeah, one of the most dangerous scorers in the game. He's already come up big in some key games this year. His teammates really feed off his presence, I think. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line. And that sends Donovan Mitchell to the free throw line. That's on Raymond Felton. And the Jazz in the playoffs last season, Doris, I don't think any team wanted to deal with them.
Well, I think the Jazz were a prideful team that played hard and were coached incredibly well. I think there were a lot of people who wondered what they would be without Gordon Hayward. This was a 5 seed with 48 wins, and that was an impressive year.
Oklahoma City leading by 11. Pass to Patterson. Out to the right wing. And the pass to Abrinas. The teardrop falls in. Abrinas has got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well, I'll tell you, it takes a lot of confidence to go with the floater. That is not as easy as it looks.
1:22 left in the third quarter. Udo kicks to O'Neal. Nice ball movement by Utah. Ingles against Felton.
Oklahoma City foul call. Alex Abrinas. That's his first.
And Ingles, one of the bigger stars on the Australian national team.
He's a virtual unknown when he enters the NBA, but a credit to Joe Ingles because he's a knockdown three-point shooter who now can manipulate pick and rolls. This guy is becoming a factor in the NBA.
That one is off.
How about this guy? He comes into the league as an undrafted free agent, and Joe Ingles has more than proven his worth. The high IQ, the lights-out shooting from deep, so much to love about Ingles.
Paul George, he's checked in for Oklahoma City. Utah also making some changes. Gobert comes in for Utah, and it's Exum in for O'Neal. So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
I love the way Joe Ingles, guys, affects winning in multiple ways. This is a guy who does so many little things. He can facilitate the offense, he understands how to play pick and roll, and we know he can make the long-distance shot with great regularity.
So it's Utah now, following the score by Oklahoma City. The drive by Mitchell. Here's what Oklahoma City's schedule is looking like. On Wednesday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Friday, they'll be matching up with Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets.
You know, some might look ahead at the schedule and start marking off how many wins they'll wind up with, but I think that's a trap. You can't take any nights off in the NBA, and you've got to stay in the moment.
Free throw drops for Mitchell.
He's forcing the action now, finally getting to the charity stripe after no freebies in the first half.
And Mitchell drops them both.
Boy, you have to admire Donovan Mitchell. This guy is capable of playing either guard position, and he plays with so much passion and energy, guys. It's infectious.
Schroeder outside. Shot clock at 6. Fires from deep. Patterson can't get it to go. Jazz trail by 13. Now here's Crowder. Mitchell right side. Shoots over Schroeder, and it's Mitchell missing. Outside, Felton. Shoots over Exum, and the last second attempt doesn't fall.
You have to like that defensive effort. Dante Exum using his size to throw these shooters off.
And so it's the Oklahoma City Thunder. 13 points up at the end of the period. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. And we'll be right back after this. And how about a look now at our assist of the game? Brought to you by State Farm.
And I'm glad this was the pick because I love this pass. Such a great dish. That's what I call court vision.
Well, making the game easy for your teammates, Greg. All about putting them in a position to score. That's pretty.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Utah, looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Crowder is the 4, and Gobert is the 5. Exum and Mitchell, the guard tandem. And it's Cephalosha in at the 3. And so it's Exum with it. He'll bring it up for the Utah Jazz. Here's Mitchell, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. That's on Raymond Felton.
Well, see, now, Mitchell is a quick-footed guard, and he's going to get defenders in compromising situations.
Doris, you know, you watch the athleticism that Mitchell has, and it's a surprise he didn't go any higher in the draft.
Well, this is a guy who had so many highlight reel dunks in his young career, proven scorer over the course of the 82-game season. But listen, Mitchell wasn't a scorer at Louisville, so it's not surprising what happened in the draft.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. And Mitchell drops them both. And so here is Oklahoma City. They lead by 11. And George kicks it over to Schroeder. To the wing right side. The 3. And a clear foul there as he shot the triple. He'll go to the line for 3 free throws. That's on Dante Exum.
Yeah, good job trying to get a hand in the face, but you've got to be more careful.
Three shots. 3 shots.
That's good from Schroeder.
When you think about Billy Donovan, to me, he's a guy who values trust and building relationships with players. This guy is not a dictator. He wants to help players grow and develop, and that helps you win.
Good on the second free throw. And for Coach Billy Donovan, the process of developing NBA players, Doris, has to be different than it was in college.
Oh, no doubt. At the pro level, many guys are making more money than you are. A lot of them have families. They've already grown into themselves. But to me, he still emphasizes the fact that great relationships with your players is important.
And he makes all 3.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
And here's Exum. And the layup is good.
Enjoy watching Dante Exum shred the defense. Spectacular with the handle.
Passes it to George. Over Cephalosha. Here's Noel. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2.
That's his second personal. Nerlens Noel. Shooting 2.
2 shots.
First free throw is good.
You know, when you're the Utah Jazz, you've got to look at the trades that have been made the last couple of seasons. Ricky Rubio and Jay Crowder both fit stylistically into both the offensive and defensive schemes. Both of these players provided major minutes for this ball club.
Andre Robertson, he's checked in for Raymond Felton. So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. And Doris, for the Jazz and their trades, they've had a streak of coming out on top.
Well, to me, the front office deserves probably more praise than they've gotten. Not only for finding players in the draft, but also identifying players who are probably undervalued and who fit into the system that they're trying to play. It's what has kept a smaller market team like the Utah Jazz competitive for so long.
And that one's good. Noel.
And honestly, you hope for more of this from Nerlens Noel moving forward. This guy must develop his interior game.
Now Exum, down low, Mitchell, and the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
Amazing how he gets this one to go. Size doesn't matter.
What fearlessness, right? He likes to go at taller defenders, and he shows he has what it takes to get it done.
One shot, mind the lanes.
Free throw drops for Mitchell. Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Schroeder kicks to Robertson. Pass to George. Now Schroeder, covered by Cephalosha. And it's Schroeder missing. Jazz trail by 10. Exum with it. Jazz passing it around. Mitchell outside. Schroeder comes with the double team. And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And so it's Utah here with the ball. Here's Gobert, and slam dunk by Gobert.
Not sure Rudy Gobert left the floor to finish that dunk, but boy, what power.
Time called here. The Thunder decide to talk it over. Doris, last year, a bit of a bounce-back season for Favors. Got back to doing what he does best.
No, exactly. I mean, Derek Favors probably underrated defensively. This guy eats up a ton of space, will bother a lot of shots. He can contribute even when his offense isn't there.
On the sideline, let's catch up with Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, during the break, I listened in on Billy Donovan's huddle with his team. He told them, I don't want us to be satisfied yet. We can congratulate ourselves later, after we win. Right now, we have to close this one out. He doesn't seem to think this one's over yet, Kevin.
Stolen by Mitchell. To the middle. Inside, and it's in after a nice bounce off the right side.
Yeah, they're going to have a nice little run here.
Oklahoma City leading by 6. Pass to Patterson. And Derek Favors picks up the foul. That'll be his second foul of the game. Here's Robertson, covered by Mitchell. Robertson finds Schroeder. To the left side wing. Clock is at 3. Fires from the wing. No good off the back of the rim. Jazz trail by 6. On the wing, Mitchell. He dishes it to Favors. Here's Exum. From deep. And the shot clock expires. 24-second violation. Russell Westbrook's checked in for Dennis Schroeder.
Russell Westbrook.
Oklahoma City leading by 6. Westbrook kicks to Patterson. The pass to Noel. Outside, George. Shot clock at 6. Trying to get something going. Rebound, Utah. The baseline J. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Noel's got 5 rebounds tonight. Stolen by Exum. Kicks it to Gobert. Mitchell outside. Lets it go from 11. Gobert can't hit. Thunder have gone just 1 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter. A bit of a slowdown for them right now. Here's Robertson, covered by Mitchell. Robertson dishes to Westbrook. In the corner, it's Patterson. Just 5 on the clock. No good with the triple. Jazz trail by 6. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Cephalosha kicks to Gobert. Mitchell outside. It's rebounded by Oklahoma City. Patterson's got 13 rebounds in the game. Class eating. Here's Robertson, covered by Mitchell. Outside Westbrook. George against Cephalosha. And again, no good by Oklahoma City.
Well, the struggles from the field continue for this guy. The way it's going, he shouldn't be more than a secondary option for them at this point.
It's good, and the Thunder lead is cut down now to just 4 points with the basket for Mitchell. And it's Westbrook with the ball. He brings it up for Oklahoma City. And George kicks to Robertson. Some nice passing by Oklahoma City here. Passes it to Noel. Outside Westbrook. Here's Patterson. Offensive rebound. Outside Westbrook. Shoots over Exum. Bullseye. And it's now 22 points for Russell Westbrook.
How confidently is Russell Westbrook pulling the trigger off the screen? This guy understands how to take advantage.
Back to Gobert. He kicks to Mitchell. Outside Favors. Now here's Exum. Off target from three-point range. Westbrook scanning the floor. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. That's on Dante Exum.
Man, how high does Westbrook get up on these drives? The defense, no choice but to put him at the stripe.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And he makes the first.
And this team will make you pay when they get chances at the free throw line. It's helped them pull ahead here today.
That one falls, so he hits both of them.
And one difference this have is that when they get to the line, they're converting.
Exum kicks to Favors. And there's the feed to Gobert. No good that time. And Oklahoma City will go with it the other way. The biggest lead of the game, 15 points. And it's good for 2. And it's now 26 points for Russell Westbrook.
I tell you, Russell Westbrook has such deft touch. The perfect amount of spin on these floaters. That is pretty, Kev.
Now, here's Mitchell. And the rebound goes to the Thunder. Noel's got 9 rebounds now tonight. And Westbrook, here we go. And finished off by Westbrook.
Just relentless. Really impressed with how they've been able to maintain that focus.
I think it's obvious, Greg. They want this win. They're showing no let-up in their attack right now.
Now, here's Exum. The dish to Mitchell. On the wing, Cephalosha drains the three-pointer.
Good to see Mitchell distributing the basketball, guys. You want him to find his guys and establish some chemistry.
It's tipped. Here's Cephalosha, and Cephalosha with the jam.
And that's how you make a steal count. Turn it into a quick slam at the other end.
It was really a case, it looked like Greg Anthony right there, if I can say so. It was really a case of a great defensive play triggering some instant offense.
Yeah, and he was so quick to break on that one. A good sign that he read the play.
And here's Exum. Patrick Patterson getting it to go from deep moments ago. Mitchell kicks to Cephalosha. Mitchell outside. 6 to shoot. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. And the Jazz call time here.
You know, couldn't agree more with this timeout. There are far too many turnovers to get any kind of offensive rhythm. You're just trying to mix things up here.
A chance now to recognize our Jordan player of the game, Russell Westbrook.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
They'd lost 2 straight coming into this one, and he knew he needed to put his foot down. He's shown leadership tonight, getting them back on the winning track. Here's Exum, just 5 to shoot. Pulls up. They grab their own miss, and it's Paul George with the foul. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far. Mitchell right side. Shot clock at 6. Now here's Exum. Patterson defending.
Well, the tight defense of Patrick Patterson having a huge impact right now. And for a stretch 4, guys, don't mistake it. He can play both ways.
Really well done on that assist. He sees the target inside and puts it right into the hands.
Mitchell right side. And Andre Robertson is going to pick up the foul. That's his 3rd foul of the game. Mitchell outside. Pass to Favors. On the wing, Cephalosha.
Well, that's the wingspan of Paul George. He is so good at bothering shooters with that length.
Here's Oklahoma City. They're on a 13-5 run. Here's Robertson, covered by Mitchell. Shot clock at 6. The 3. Here's Robertson. Gobert pulls it in. Gobert's got rebound number 11 for him here tonight. Mitchell outside. Pass to Cephalosha. Lets it go from deep. The rebound by Patterson.
He needs to stop shooting the ball right now. This is hurting his team.
Westbrook passes to Patterson. In the corner, it's Westbrook. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Russell Westbrook, an absolute terror, someone who uses his body so well to draw contact.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook drops them both. Look at the state of the game. International leagues getting better and better, Doris. There's no doubt about it. We see it at Olympic times and during FIBA play in between. We see a lot of NBA players who have spent time abroad, and I think they come back better.
I don't think there's any doubt about that, Kevin. I think wherever you can hone your craft and do it in a competitive environment where winning and losing is at stake on a nightly basis, it has so many opportunities for learning and growth. So, okay, I can't turn it over 5 times in a competitive environment, regardless of what league I'm playing in, because that's to the detriment of my team. If I'm lazy on the defensive end, I'm going to get exposed by good offensive players. To me, Kev, I love any time there's competitive basketball being played. I want to watch it.
Love that answer. He misses the free throw. Second free throw, no good. There's 45 seconds left in the game. Here's George. Back to Westbrook. Dishes it to Robertson. And the rejection by Favors.
Derek Favors using that long frame to send that back twice on the pipes, Kevin.
Mitchell, the shot from the low post is good. Mitchell's got 31 points.
Defensively, this is what you know. He's coming off a hot game and looking to keep it rolling.
Well, you want to slow this man's roll right now if you're the defense, because you've got to make somebody else beat you. He's cooking right now.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, I love the way they executed on both ends of the floor, completely under control for the vast majority of the game. And whenever there was a misstep, they just didn't allow it to fester, and that's why they're going to walk away with the win.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, Russell. We often are told that the first game at home after a long road trip is like the last game of the road trip. How important was getting this win here?
It was huge, man. Coming off a loss last night, a tough one, and it was a great win for us. Got back in front of our home crowd, and we played great.
We'll see if the home cooking can keep you going. Thanks, Russell.
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll do it, folks. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan along with our terrific 2K Sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. We'll see you next time